Let me tell you a story about jealousy, timing, and a revenge that arrived years late, but perfectly on time.
Have you ever met someone who didn't celebrate your success, but felt threatened by it? Someone who looked at you and thought, if they have more, I must take something from them. This story is about a man who tried exactly that. He raised my rent out of pure jealousy, squeezed money out of me when I was young and just starting life, only for destiny to bring him back into my world years later. And on that day, everything he took from me returned to him with interest. Years ago, right after I got married, life was simple. No kids, 2 incomes, and a goal: save every single penny and buy our first home. We even gave ourselves a label, DINK, double income, no kids. Live small, save big. I had just moved to a new city because I'd landed a great job, a salary nearly 3 times what I was earning before. My wife and I agreed, let's live on her income and save mine. That's how we ended up renting a small apartment owned by a man I'll call Mr. Harrison. He was tall, thin, gray-haired, and walked like every step was a negotiation. The kind of man who didn't greet you with a smile, just with paperwork. From the moment we met him, he had this serious, no-nonsense tone. He looked at us and said, "Rent is $9.50. The garbage disposal, don't call me if it breaks. I'm not fixing it. It's not part of the agreement." We nodded. Strange rule, but we didn't care. We only needed the place for 1 year. But everything changed when he saw my income on the rental application. He stared at the number, £75,000, at age 23. His eyebrows shot up. Then he whispered, almost to himself, "I can't believe how much money you make." He repeated it several times, like it personally offended him. And from that moment, something in his attitude shifted. His politeness became colder, sharper, almost resentful. But we ignored it. We had a plan: stay 1 year, save everything, buy a house. After a year, we found our perfect home. The only issue: the house wouldn't be ready for 2 more months. So I called Mr. Harrison politely. "Could we extend the lease for just 2 months? You said at the beginning it would be okay." He said, "Of course, no problem. I'll send the extension." The letter arrived 2 days later, and when I opened it, my stomach dropped. He had increased the rent by £500, a 50% increase. I called him immediately. "Why would you raise it so much? This is more than my new mortgage." He spoke slowly, coldly, almost enjoying himself. "It's what the apartment goes for now. If you want to stay, this is the rent." I tried to reason with him. He cut me off. And then he said the sentence that burned into my memory. "You don't have to like it. You just have to pay it." That sentence stayed with me. My wife and I thought about putting everything in storage and crashing with friends, but it wasn't possible. So I swallowed my pride, and I wrote the check. A month later, I wrote the second one. Then we moved out. I cleaned the apartment spotless. But even then, he kept £300 of our deposit. No explanation that made sense. Just more money squeezed out of us because he believed he could. In total, he took around £1,200 more than he should have. And the worst part? A week after we moved out, he listed the apartment in the newspaper, not at the extra £500 he charged us, but at only £150 more. And even that didn't rent. The next week, he lowered it again, to just £75 more. So he didn't even need the increase. He simply wanted to hurt us because we earned more than he liked. But life has a way of bringing people back around. 5 years went by. Life was good. Good job. a child, a home, plenty of blessings. One day at the office, I overheard my colleague, Phil, talking to reception. "If a Mr. Harrison comes by, let me know. He's dropping off paperwork." My heart skipped. No way it's the same man. I walked over to Phil and asked, "How do you know someone named Mr. Harrison?" Phil said, "Oh, he's my estate agent. He helped me buy my flat. Now he's helping me sell it and buy a house. Great guy." "Great guy," I described the landlord. Phil's eyes widened. "That's him." And then, as if destiny was directing the scene, the office door opened, and Mr. Harrison walked in. Older, but the same cold expression. He didn't recognize me. Not yet. Phil greeted him. They talked. And then Phil introduced us. "This is my friend. You may remember him." Harrison turned, looked at me, and suddenly, recognition hit him like a wave. I smiled politely. "Yes, it's been a long time. My wife and I rented your flat years ago. You know, when we were saving to buy a house." His eyes twitched. I looked straight at him and said, loud enough for him to hear every word, "So Phil tells me you're selling his flat. Buying him a house? That's what, 600, maybe 700,000 in transactions? Estate agents get what, 3%? That's around £20,000 in commission, right?" Harrison froze. Phil looked confused. I enjoyed the silence. Harrison mumbled something and left quickly. The door hadn't fully closed when I said, loudly, "Phil, don't sign anything yet. I have a story to tell you." We sat down. I told Phil everything, every detail, every pound, every humiliation. Phil listened, then said, "There is no way I'm using that guy now." And then he smiled. "What should I say when I fire him?" We planned it perfectly. The next day, Phil called him. I stood right behind him. "Hi, Mr. Harrison. I've decided to go with another agent." Pause.
No, you shouldn't lower your commission.
"You'd be losing money." Pause. "No, it has nothing to do with my friend." Pause. And then, the final punch, the sentence he deserved to hear. "You don't have to like it, Mr. Harrison. You just have to accept it." Click. £20,000 gone. And he knew exactly why. He knew exactly who was behind it. Life had come full circle. He took from me when I was powerless. And years later, without anger, without shouting, without breaking a single rule, I took back everything he took from me, in the only currency he truly understood. And that is how destiny settles the score. Because the truth is simple. Whatever you do to others comes back to you. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but always
At the perfect time.